and they'll be out to prove something because they're, the young guns are nipping them on the heel. They love playing in Australia. They played some of their best white ball cricket, test cricket in Australia. So I think, they'll be out there. And they've not played for a while. They've retired from the other formats of the game, so that hunger will be there.
The crowds are being enormous. I think Melbourne, the T20 International on a Friday night, Gilly, is sold out. So 90,000+ people. If you can't get a ticket, you'll be watching it on Fox. The atmosphere when Australia plays India under lights, Gil?
Yeah, tough to hear yourself think, actually. It's an electric atmosphere. I think the inclusion of those legendary names, but the new brigade that Ravi mentions, the new leadership. Shubman Gill has just been outstanding since he took on the captaincy across a number of versions now. So, yeah, really, really exciting. And it doesn't matter what lineup India put out. They're always competitive in white ball cricket. It is so ingrained in society over there and in the cricketing psyche on the back of the IPL and the way that's grown. But, there's no fear at all from these young players. So seeing them come out, and Bumrah is not here for the one days, but he's here for the T20s. So, I mean, we all sat in admiration of him last year and amazement, really, about him. And he's a freak of nature. So one of the best we'll ever see. So that's something else to look forward to across KO and Fox this year.
Dave, you see so many of these guys up close and personal, the likes of Samson and Rinku Singh, and they're like these superstars of the game. How stacked are these two Indian squads?
Yeah, look, they're stacked heavily, and I think those two guys that you just mentioned just then have had to fight really hard to cement their spot into that lineup. They've had fantastic IPLs. Rinku's one of the greatest finishers now in IPL history, and it's tough to get into that sort of sanctum. And as you said, you got two world-class players who've been there for a long, long time, with the youngsters nipping at their heels. It's exciting for Indian cricket, but it's also for Australians here to take on these world-class youngsters coming through. It's going to be a true test for the Australians. And you said 90,000 at the MCG. I can't wait to get out there and hear that.
It's a transformative Australian one-day international squad in ways. We're seeing guys come through that have succeeded, like Mitch Owen in the Big Bash. They get their opportunity to play one-day international cricket for Australia, Mark.
Yeah, it's exciting times, white ball cricket for Australia. Obviously, Steve Smith has retired from 50-over cricket. Glenn Maxwell's got an injury, so he won't be there. So there's opportunity, for other guys like Matt Renshaw who've been around a while. They get back into the 50-over squad. But the T20 squad for the Australians, I've never seen a more powerful batting lineup. There's guys there that can hit it so far. Mitch Owen, Tim David, the list goes on. Travis Head, Mitch Marsh, obviously in great form. So their theory is to go as hard as they can, from the get-go. And if two guys succeed out of 6 or 7 power hitters, they get the runs on the board. So it's going to be a great series. The batting, I think there's going to be a lot of runs in both series. The bowler's going to have a tough time, but I think the batting's going to be great to watch.
Australian T20 captain, a man close to your heart and a family close to your heart, Mitch Marsh. What he's been doing in recent times has been extraordinary in white ball cricket. Another resurgence of Mitchell Marsh?
Yeah, and I think interestingly he answered a question about the Ashes and a potential involvement in the Ashes just as recent as last week, and he said, not interested. I think when he mentally switches off from pursuing that aspiration of Test cricket, it relaxes him to play his natural game. He's spoken about the challenges mentally for him to unlock that talent, and he's back in that sweet spot, in that zone. So they went to New Zealand, and talking to Mitch just a couple of days ago, he said they were relaxed in their build-up. A lot of golf, so maybe they're following England's lead. But very relaxed environment. It's always going to be a relaxed environment with Mitch Marsh leading it. He's that sort of casual character, and then that unlocks the talent, and he played beautifully over there, scored 100, got an 80-odd. Before we know it, we're going to be talking about him in the Ashes again, so hopefully it doesn't tighten him up. But the way he leads the white ball stuff, particularly in Pat's absence, is fantastic, and they're all on board with him.
Rav, as Gilly said, we don't see Jasprit Bumrah for the 3 one-day internationals, but he's here for the 5 T20 internationals. We saw what he did last summer. In fact, I saw Mitch Marsh use the term, he Bumrah'd me, and a couple of Australians used that term. When he is said and done, where will Jasprit Bumrah finish in the pantheons of Indian cricket and world fast bowling, do you think?
I think certainly India's best fast bowler. There's no question about that, even if he finishes his cricket today. And even in the world list, he'll be in the top 3. The way he's bowled in the last 3 years.